Los Angeles and San Diego finally got a solution from nature for the first time in 3 decades. Los Angeles and San Diego finally had snowfall in addition to extinguishing the cold fire. This created a new problem because refugees needed building protection, and this was once again a new problem for LA and San Diego. 2 weeks of the fire have passed, but the question is why the fire appeared and grew and damaged the two cities, and it continues to emerge. How did the fire start? Investigators continue to look for the answer, while speculation appears everywhere. For example, climate change is the strongest fact. It can also be started with cables, faulty electricity, or deliberate arson or mismanagement of resources altogether become a scapegoat. But one theory is getting more attention than others, namely GPT paint, which caused forest fires in LA. That's right, social media has a new scapegoat, namely GPT chat for AI, who can calculate mathematics and write poetry. Before we discuss the reasons, let's see situation on the ground. Up to now, 25 people have been declared dead, 2 million people are under threat of fire again in the future, and Los Angeles still has a long road to recovery to San Diego. Then what about the alleged cause? Social media users say GPT chat is the cause of this fire, but is that true? Is GPT chat really responsible for this fire, and why social media is blaming this artificial intelligence? To understand, let's see how GPT chat works. Imagine you type a command into GPT chat. This command is converted into code that flows to the server network. This server runs thousands of complex calculations to produce the best response for you. All of this happens on a large server that requires high power. This server working hard, so it produces a lot of hot heat to prevent the server overheating. Data centers rely on cooling systems, and this is where water plays its important role. Cooling towers use large amounts of water just to keep the server temperature optimal. In essence, GPT paint is a huge water user and is very wasteful. As an illustration, a 100-word email requires about a bottle of water to cool, and processing for every 4 to 5 GPT paint commands uses almost 500 milliliters of water. Now let's look at the bigger picture. In 2024, GPT chat has 300 million weekly active users. Imagine the amount of energy consumed and the scale of water required. That's why social media is complaining about GPT chat. Los Angeles is located in Southern California, a region which has experienced drought in the past. This means water is already a scarce resource there. Forest fires exacerbate this water scarcity. Fires that started on January 7th, and shortly after that, fire hydrants started running out of water. The Los Angeles Madamukakaran department came under heavy criticism, and that's when social media began to connect the dots, namely that GPT paint needed water. Los Angeles was running out of water, so GPT paint was definitely the cause. In fact, this theory is unfounded. Fire hydrants ran out of water because demand was extraordinarily high. In addition, the city's water system was designed so badly that unable to handle the needs that arise from fast-moving forest fires. So this is not a problem this is an infrastructure problem. But this does not completely exonerate ChatGPT, even though it is not responsible for the fires in LA. ChatGPT remains part of a bigger problem going forward on planet Earth. Namely, our planet's water problem is getting hotter, and extreme weather events such as forest fires in Los Angeles are becoming increasingly common. To overcome this crisis requires collective action. We need to conserve natural resources such as water, but instead of doing that, we are building more AI data centers that use millions of gallons of water and waste electricity. Even writing emails, uploading social media data, etc. requires a lot of cooling. Once again, water. So you can see where the problem is, that the crisis in the city of Los Angeles is a wake-up call. This is not just about the technology we use today, but about how we manage the infrastructure that supports this technology. AI companies must also do better. They must find other cooling alternatives or move data centers to areas with colder climates. However, the future of AI does not only lie in its intelligence but also in how responsibly this technology can be integrated into our world, considering that the world increasingly needs AI as well as Indonesia. We propose AI to be made in Diong, the cold of Pol Cays.